there, teachers. I want to show you a couple of quick things about Teams. First of all, I wanted to mention that PowerSchool had synced with Teams and had generated Teams for every class section you have. So in some cases, if you're a high school teacher, you have 3 or 4 sections of English 1, you might have 3 or 4 sections of Teams for English 1 rather than have them all in one team, which is a major problem. Also, since we had so many different schedules getting changed over the course of the weekend, you might have some students in your teams that are not actually in your course, and you might have some students in PowerSchool that are not actually in your teams. And so what we're saying is to go ahead and just straight up delete your teams that were generated through PowerSchool and recreate it. So here's how you're going to do that. If you go to Teams and you hover over your team, you can click on this and delete the team. That's going to move everyone out of it. Then what you would do is you would click on join or create team, create a team, and then make a class. And once you do that, go to your PowerSchool roster and manually put those students in. The way that looks is once you've generated your team, you're going to see this in the name of your team. You would click here and click on add member, and then you would simply, under students here, type in the name of your students, and then hit enter and go on to the next. This is pretty quick because all students are already listed within PowerSchool, within Office 365, which makes it easy to find. The other thing you can do is to go up into the settings for your team. So if I go to manage team and I do settings, then you can actually come here to team code and generate a code. Share this code so that people can join the team directly. You won't get join requests. All right, and so this right here, if you give this to the students on your PowerSchool roster, they're able to go in to Teams. When they click on Teams, what they will do is instead of hitting the create button, they will join with a code and they will type that code here. That will allow them to quickly join your team so that you know that the students who are in Teams are the correct ones. Personally, I think that the most reliable way to do this is to manually add them from PowerSchool, which won't really take as long as you might think. This way, communications there will be consistent and you won't have students who are confused about what teacher they might have. Now, the other thing that I want to show you is that once you generate your team, there's a couple of settings that you really need to make sure we do. All right, so we're going to go again in the manage team, and then we're going to go into, first, since we're here looking at members by default, if you click on the members button here, you can actually click the mute students. And by default, you can have them muted whenever they enter into a team session, which is very important. I would definitely encourage you to do that. All right, so we're going to have this as a default setting for all members who are in the group. Then what you will do is under settings, you'll come over here to the member permissions and basically turn all of them off. So uncheck all boxes except for this one because you want owners to be able to delete all messages. Once you do that, then the settings will automatically save and your students will be ready to interact in this one team. Now, I am asking you guys to go in and uncheck the allow members to update the course or create. What this is going to do is just going to prevent them from being able to come here and just type within the teams updates, which is right now something we definitely want. All right, to my knowledge, we have not disabled the ability to do private chats. So what this means is that students should still be able to chat with you in your live sessions. But for now, I think this is the best way to move forward. That way you know you have all the right students in your team and we can look at PowerSchool and add the teams and not have extra students in teams and also shut down their ability to make meetings, for example, within your team because that was something that students have been doing.